You're the English guy I met over at 165, ain't you?
In all likelihood, yeah.
Yeah, you and your wife used to come over there to that branch, the OIB.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we work just up the road from there.
Oh, yeah. Alright, have a good evening.
You do the same. What's going on, everybody in YouTube world? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm just out pottering around doing a few errands. Sort of like my lunch break, but I'm working from home today, so I can sort of take the piss a little bit if I want to. Today, I'll talk to you about something that's really strange. About the power of the human memory. And how bloody useless it can be sometimes. Cue the intro. Now, I've lived in this country for about 20 years. Actually, it's a bit shy of 20 years. So, you know, I'm used to how things work in America. I'm used to how things work with driving in this country. Now, here's a funny thing that happens. Every time I talk about, or I remember, or I sort of go out of my way to remember something that may have happened back in the days when I was in England, like days when I was like driving, or days when I'd be in a car with my dad or something like that when I was a kid, my memory's flipped. Which means that, like, in England you drive on the left side of the road, the driver's on the right side of the car. In this country it's the other way around. So every time I remember what happened to me as a kid, it's like I have to sort of consciously make a note. No, you were not sitting on the right side of the car, because that's where your dad was driving. You were sitting on the left side of the car and we were on like the left side of the road. Now, where am I going with this? It's a bit of a strange thing, because it means that if anything happens, you can't really be sure that you've got it in your mind or in your memory correctly. And it's been proven time and time again that, like, eyewitness accounts of things that happened are not credible. So if you ever find yourself in a bit of a pickle legally, for example, like, you know, you've just had an accident, so you recount what happened during the moment of the accident, you know, there's every chance that, like, somehow your memories made things a bit fuzzy. And I know, it's weird. And especially when you're playing a game of, like, he said, or, you know, what you think happened and what they think happened are two different things. So I would advise anybody who has a vested interest in, like, you know, making sure that they are backed up in any sense of the word, you know, with what they say happened, as to what really happened, is get a camera. Now, like I said, you don't have to get the state-of-the-art GoPro for, like, you know, $600 or something, but what you do need to get is something that does record what's going to happen. Now, there are good cameras and there are bad cameras. And yes, you do run the risk that you have an accident or you come off your bike or something like that, that camera's not going to work. I've had first-hand experience of that with Shay when she when someone pulled out in front of her and she came off her bike. The camera suddenly stopped working. Then there was nothing we could do. We couldn't retrieve the files. Cameras work by way of, like, you know, storing the images or storing the actual video into a RAM, and it just sort of sits there like a buffer. When her helmet hit the ground, somehow that all just got corrupted right there in, like, the processor. So it didn't even store it. So there was nothing that we could do. Now, it means that, like, you know, you're taking a chance. Are you serious? Can't wait for the lights to turn green, can you? So anyway, I had to get Shay a new camera, and hopefully anything happens that one will work. And the same with the camera that I've got right now. I'm wearing a Contour 3. Now listen, I'll tell you what, when I bought this camera, I swear to God, it was $118. I've since checked because I wanted to get another one for Dawn. They've suddenly gone up in price to like about $300, and I don't know why. I should have bought 50 of those cameras. Could have sold them all on and made a nice tidy profit.
Profits.
So like I said, for a while after Shay's accident, we were worrying that because we didn't have any videographic evidence as to what happened, you know, we had to rely on the police's assessment of what happened, given the circumstances of what everyone was saying. The old guy was saying he never touched her, and like, you know, he never even felt her thud, he didn't see her, and she wasn't even there, and she's making it up. And Shay's like, no, he just was bombing across the road when he shouldn't have been. So my advice across the board is, like, you know, get yourself a camera, even if there is a risk that like it might not record something, because just by virtue of the fact you've got that thing on your head means that like anybody who sees it on your head is going to behave themselves. So yeah, going back to Shay, kind of like, you know, just sort of pivoting off to this little segue. So it's been well over 6 months since that accident.
Hey, why can't we say accident again?
Because accident implies there's nobody to blame.
Since that collision. And we're still waiting for that old boy's insurance to cough up some money. Now they offered us, like, you know, a dismal amount for her 2015 Vulcan S. And we said no. You're going to be paying a bit more than that, because we had to buy her a new one, and we made a good faith effort to go looking for a similar bike, but there were none available, so we had to buy brand new. And you need to pay not only just for, like, you know, what you think that, you know, the cost of the bike is. Now we get that they're going to say, right, well, the bike's worth £5,000, and we'll pay that plus the title, the tax and title. But don't forget, when you buy a new motorcycle, it comes with freight charges, and it comes with like all sorts of extra charges, like documentation fees is a nice one they like to stick on there, and like notary fees and everything. I want the money back for that, and they're refusing to do that. Plus they didn't say anything about replacing a helmet or the camera or anything. So, you know, we got in contact with a lawyer, and the lawyer was like quite happy to like take this case on. He said he's dealt with similar ones before, and not to worry, he'll get us what we want. Alright, fair enough, he'll get us what we want. So the other piece of advice I would give anybody is, if you've got like any like insurance, of course you've got insurance, but if it's within your means, I recommend that you at least get yourself some sort of fully comprehensive insurance, if possible. Because what my insurance company were labouring on to me about was saying, hey look, if you'd have like had comprehensive insurance, we would have paid everything that you wanted, and then we would have taken the other insurance company to court or battled it out with them. I'm like, well, that's all fine and dandy, but useless to know now. You're not going to pull that in front of me, are you? That's pretty much all I've got to say about that. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, it's just down there. And there's some more videos over there. Check them out. In the meantime, you'll take care of yourselves. Mind, there you go. And laters.